Hey everyone! The players are muted, but I'm not. Hi everyone, I'm Simon at Wandering DM. This is a very special stream today. We are playing Animon Story. It is a game by Zach Be Free on the Twitter. You can check him out. We have a little command here. The game. So, oh, sorry. First things first. Animon Story is a quirky little indie RPG that is super cute and that I fell in love with the moment I saw the previews for it. It is inspired by all of your, collectible monster anime, such as Pokemon, Digimon, Monster Rancher. Basically what made my Saturday mornings when I was but a wee bairn. And it is coming out April 23rd, so this Friday. So you might want to pick it up, play this weekend with your friends, then play Pokemon Snap next week. I'm just saying. Or use the game to play Pokemon Snap. So, without further ado, tonight we are not going to play the game per se. We're going to create our characters, go through a little bit of a session zero, establish who those kids are. Then I'm going to introduce a few things that I want to try out for our session 1 tomorrow. And that's it. Hello, everyone in chat. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you're going to have as much of a blast as we are going to have. Oof, words. Without further ado, let's introduce our players. Oh, Zach, that would be awesome. A photographer kid as a DLC. Yeah, I would get that. Definitely. And your special item is a camera and or apples, infinite apples. So let's go around the table. Introduce just the players. Tell us who you are, and what are you looking for in this game. And once that's done, we're gonna get the ball rolling on character creation. I'll start with the person to my right on the overlay. Of course, the overlay doesn't have names at the moment because our characters aren't made, but there will be names tomorrow. So we'll start with, person straight to my right, Eddie. Hi.
Yeah, so I'm Eddie Freeman. You can find me on the internet at Pixel Knitter. It's with a K. Most places. And I'm looking forward to reliving those days when I collected Pokemon cards and imagined when I collected Pokemon cards. Imagined when I could have a little buddy that was gonna travel the world with me. And I played the OG red cartridge in my Nintendo Game Boy. And just remember just really enjoying not just the story, but just playing with those creatures and understanding and connecting with them. And that's, I think, one of the reasons why I really enjoyed the anime too. Also because I like to fight against Team Rocket. So that's Pokemon, but Digimon too. I don't know, all of these creature. Anyway, I'm really excited. I grew up watching all these things and make all the cartoons in the morning.
Nice. Are you Team Digimon or Team Pokemon?
Honestly, I think I lean Digimon.
Nice.
Yeah, because I don't know, there's something about just the aesthetic of the Digimon over the Pokemon. The Pokemon got the Pokeball, but Digimon you got the wrist, the watch, and the I don't know.
Which is what you have on the overlay tonight.
Oh, cool.
They're called the Annie tools, and you're gonna get to use them in our game. So up next, right next to Eddie, we have Stephanie, who's about to take a sip.
Perfect timing.
Thank you, Simon. Hi, I'm Stephanie. I am tea and tails everywhere. I am super excited. For one, I'm obsessed with Pokemon. To this day, I'm still obsessed with Pokemon. But I'm really excited to revisit my preteen years of my insane dolphin obsession. More than anything. I always wanted a pet dolphin, and my god, it's gonna happen.
There you
Finally.
go. Dreams do come true.
Finally. Finally, yes. Very excited.
You're muted.
Were you Team Digimon or Team Pokemon?
Pokemon. I mean, I didn't actually grow up with either one of them really. I was a late start, but I don't know anything about Digimon other than like just seeing pictures like that. But I definitely love Pokemon. But I was definitely late to that party.
Also, just a quick comment on Digimon. I loved the drama between the kids. Like it was gnarly. It was deep. Anyway, definitely go watch Digimon if you haven't.
Next, on the other row of the overlay, we'll start with the person to my right, Nino. Hi.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? My name's Anino. I'm just gonna adjust my camera for one moment so you can see which team I'm really on.
Yes.
So just so we're clear of where my allegiances lie. And what I'm looking forward to in this game is to play the super awesome rising star that everybody loves. Rides around in a car with a anime harem of fangirls.
God, no! Oh my god.
Above all, I'm looking forward to being the best like no one ever was.
I feel like this most of the stream is going to be us making those memes and jokes. So
Yep.
I'm all for it.
So I'm not gonna ask you which team you're on. You've already shown it. Tomorrow's adventure is all gonna be water themed. So
Ooh.
I'm kidding. And last but certainly not least, we have Chris. Hi, Chris.
Hey, everybody. Some of you may know me. I'm Chris Geary, here and on the internet and in chat. I am excited about this. Looking forward to playing something a little bit more on the wholesome side of things, since other games that I play and run tend to not run so PG. So it'll be nice to have a little bit of a different take on things. As for which team, I'll just jump right ahead of your question, Simon. As much as I would like to join Eddie and make there some sort of tie, Digimon's great and all, but Pokemon is always been where it's at for me. So, however, I am behind the times. Diamond is the last time I really played. So we will see how rusty I really am.
Yeah, in all fairness, I mean, I haven't played since the red cartridge, so it's, I'm very behind on playing the games.
Yeah, I'm Team Digimon, as you can see. I have my
Yes!
Digimons.
Cubons!
But yeah, no, I've always been a bit more Team Digimon than Team Pokemon. However, I've always had a soft spot for Monster Rancher.
That's a good point.
Oh, now you're talking my game. Like, that was the one I played hours and hours and hours of. I wanted to see what every single CD I could find my hands on would become.
I know, right?
Yeah. I even, okay, now this dates me a bit. I would even go and grab the AOL CDs that other people had, and I would try, because they were just going to throw them away anyway. And I was going to try them and see if it generates different monsters. Oh, yeah.
That's a brilliant way of recycling old and useless AOL CDs.
It was the amiibo. It was the amiibo before the advent of amiibos. Yeah, I finally had a use for my Tony Hawk Pro Skater CD. Like that demo that came with the PS1. Yep.
Oh man. Yeah. I never had a never owned a PS2, but I had some PlayStation games, and so I still have those CDs, but I don't play I don't have the console to play them.
Crap.
Yeah. So that's exactly what I would use them for. I have Legends of Dragoon. Legends of Dragoon. If you haven't played that game, it's...
Yeah. No. It's yep. I remember. I have it stashed somewhere. That said, for tonight, we're not going to need CDs. We're going to need about 5 to 6 D6. If you have them physically, if you don't, I know, Eddie, because you just got in, I'm kind of blindsiding you with this.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay,
I've got trays of dice.
All right. I sent you all the both the book and the character form fillable PDFs. They're in our group chat, so you can use them for tonight. So that way you have them. We are. I'm gonna talk a little bit about how the game works, and then we're gonna go into character creation. So the game is based on a pool of D6s that you roll. Depending on what you're attempting to do, or which character is attempting to do something, you'll either roll a trait plus a talent, if it's the kid, or a stat plus a quality, plus maybe some extra dice for your monster, if it is something, if it's their special attack. So compared to Pokemon, your monster is going to have at the beginning one special move instead of 4. So they can do a bunch of stuff, but they have like this one move that they can do a limited amount of times, which is like their signature attack, and we're gonna create those signature attacks together. So we craft everything. In Animon, you create both your kid, your monster, and then what your monster is capable of. And then not only that, but one thing we will not get into tonight are the evolutions. Normally you would create every evolution. So in Animon there are 5 evolutions. It starts at technically it's basic is your first level, but there's like a level 0, which is fledgling. Then it goes into basic, super, ultra, and Gaiga. And along the way, just like in Digimon, your monster transforms into a tank. Go figure why. But that's kind of what it is. And so the bigger they become, the stronger they are, and the more they can do stuff. Of course, there are certain limitations to evolutions, especially as to when it happens. And that's something that I really love when I saw it. So the first time they can evolve is only when the kid is in trouble. When the need is great, your monster is going to evolve. That's a really cool mechanic. Yeah. Like so there's a few like stat things that you need to attain, like a certain bond level with your with your partner, with your monster. But then after, like, added to that, there's like a role play circumstance that needs to happen. So,
yeah, I noticed on.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I was just noticing that there's like a bond strain. Like there's on the character sheet. There's a bond level, and then you get bond points, experience, and a bond strain. I'm sure you're going to get into it. So
we're going to get in. That's basically the leveling aspect of Animon story.
Cool.
But yes, you can definitely strain the bond with your monster friend.
Pikachu.
And so
when Pikachu shocks Ash, right? That's always those moments.
That's
like, no, I'm not going to do that thing.
It's the I have a Charizard and I don't even have the first badge.
It just like keeps burning you to a crisp.
Yes, French Overlord has it. It's a pink blob of flesh that'll eventually evolve into a Gundam. So this is our like basic mechanic. We're gonna take 2 dice or more, basically what your trait is in what your talent is or what your stat and quality are. Then we're going to need to accumulate a number of successes. On a d6, you count a success as being a 4 or above on a d6. If you have a boost from like someone helping you or whatever, well then the successes become a 3 and above. If it's a setback, then it's a 5 or above.
Ooh.
And you can go even a step beyond that, especially in combat with like the elements, the rock, paper, scissors, like in Pokemon. So if my water Animon attacks a fire Animon, well, I automatically have a free boost. So I succeed on a 3, 4, 5, 6. But let's say the kid is cheering me on, I succeed on a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the only number that's always bad is a 1. Just never roll ones, and you're good. Normally you need 2 successes to succeed at something. But if something is incredibly difficult, then it might go up to 3, 4, 5, or 6, which is, you know, the impossible task. And that's all the rules there are. Now you just learned how to play the game. and like that took us like 15 minutes.
Nice.
And it's awesome. It's basically the same. I was talking to Chris before the show. It's basically the same version of like D6 system as Shadowrun, but explained very well and simplified to the max.
And not 7 million exploding die.
Yeah, that's it.
So
Like, we don't need that. That's actually something I loved about Animon. There's a big emphasis on the roleplay aspect. There's a bit of crunch, but like the rest is just cooperative storytelling, and I love that. I almost dropped my coffee on me. So let's talk about kids, shall we? Let's talk about children.
Yes, in
the context of this game.
Yes. I have a name for mine.
Already?
Well, it's a work in progress. I'm willing to get ideas from everyone else.
Well, we're going to talk about them.
Yeah, I figured I'd start us off since I have a name, and you just talked about kids in an awkward. No. Yes, Kale Cabbage is the name that I came up with.
Wait, how'd you spell the first name? Tail?
Kale is in like it's literally just the two letters.
Kale Cabbage.
I've got a theme going.
Yep.
I mean, okay. So if you take a look at the rule book, there are how many kid archetypes? Kid types. So when you play a kid, you choose basically a type of kid. It's like an archetype for your kid. What you would consider your class. So in Animon, these are, and I'll read them out for the audience. You have the bookworm, the computer whiz, the delinquent, the free spirit, the gamer, the gentle heart, the jock, the little kid, the loner, and the rising star. And each one come with a special item of your choice, a special talent, a flaw, and a desire and an item. So
now you missed one, Simon, because I'm seeing there's a connection with relationships, which that's kind of an interesting system.
Yes,
I appreciate that character creation includes relationships. So like the free spirit, which is one that I'm looking at now, has a particular relationship with the bookworm, or the computer whiz, or the delinquent, or the gamer, and it goes on. That's kind of neat. I like that. An example is the relationship of the free spirit with the gentle heart. They're like a sibling to you, or perhaps actually a sibling.
And we're gonna get to choose them later, but yeah, the relationships are like not only are they going to easily establish, who you are compared to each other, but also not have to have this weird, like, how do all the kids get together?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, summer camp, bunch of strangers. Which can be a thing too. So you came up with the name. I'll give you a few moments if you want to look at the archetypes. I don't know if you already had one in mind.
I had some ideas,
okay.
but no. I also want to hear what others are thinking after we just kind of went through some of the stuff about kids.
Sure. I'm opening the mic to anyone who wants to talk about what they have in mind. We're gonna keep it to kids for now, and we're gonna move on to the Animons after.
I think Anino in its intro kind of led in with one. We should maybe let him,
Ooh.
Oh, because I basically picked
spotlight it.
Because I picked my kid type feature, flaw, special item, and desire all already.
Yeah, because you're on it. I mean, I have too, but I just didn't come out and tell everyone.
Yeah. So my kid's name is Larry Pine. He is the rising star. I decided that his desire is that he needs to stay in the spotlight. Carries around a high-quality camera phone. His flaw is that he's spoiled. Every meal is catered. And his type feature is social networker. So he'll gain boost anytime he attempts a test to become center of attention, convince others that he's right, or uncover someone's secret.
Oh, thank you for reminding that. Yeah, the type feature is the special move that only your kid can do, your archetype can do.
And another example is the Free Spirit has the type feature Luminous Being. Gain boost whenever you attempt a test to be creative, inspire others, or cut through the noise. I love the wording in it.
Oh no, I have a monster that wants to come on my chair.
Oh boy.
So we have Larry Pine, the rising star.
Anyone else?
Sure, I'll go since I picked on Anino. I'm playing a kid named Leo Vala. Leo is an international student from the Scandinavian area of Europe, and he is the delinquent. Part of it's because American, schools are so far behind that he did all this 3 years ago and he's bored. But the other part of it is it's just who he is. So his type feature is, I just lost it. There we go. Don't mess with me. Gain boost whenever you attempt to test to show how tough you are, defy authority, or conceal the truth. But one of the things I liked about the relationship is the gentle heart. If anyone messes with this kid, you'll make them regret it. And the rising star, you're keeping a personal secret for them.
Oh.
And then yep.
All right. One that I'm looking at is the gentle heart. This kale cabbage may just be. I'm not sure yet. And with the gentle heart, the delinquent, you confronted them about something once, and they actually apologized.
Shh! You're not supposed to say that out loud.
This is character creation. It's session 0. It's great. We're learning.
Steph, did you have an idea?
Yes, I am going to be playing the Gentle Heart. I chose the Gentle Heart.
Perfect.
And that one is, people rarely just get along, and that's where you come in. You're glue that holds the group together. Your friends come to appreciate your soothing presence, even without realizing it. You always look for the best in others, but it can be so much harder to see it in yourself. I am definitely modeling this character after a 13-year-old me. Let's see here. My type feature is hate is always foolish. I gain boost whenever I attempt to test to encourage others, calm emotions, or when you go out of your way to help those in need. My special item is I chose a treasured necklace because I always was obsessed with like one piece of jewelry at any given time when I was a kid that I
Nice.
wore all the time. My talent is animal whisperer, because that is true to this day, that I'm obsessed with animals. And my flaw, this was a tough one because all three of these were very, very good choices, but I chose gullible.
Oh
Because
man.
that is definitely open for some fun things. My desire is that I want everyone to get along. And I think, was that everything that I was supposed to
What's your
choose?
special item?
Oh, right, my stuff. Or my special item is a treasure necklace. Is the treasure
Oh no,
necklace.
I meant your stuff. I'm sorry, your stuff.
Okay, my stuff. My stuff is a bag of seeds and a chocolate bar. I don't know how accurate the bag of seeds are, but the chocolate bar is super accurate. I would definitely have a chocolate bar on me at any given time. So, yeah.
And does Nut Stephanie have a name?
Oh yes, yes. I went with Nicole Pickle.
Oh my god. Okay. Wait.
Wow.
It's my middle name and my mom's maiden name.
Oh wow. Wait, Chris, what was your character's name again?
Leo Vala.
Okay. Yeah, because I was about to say there's like pine, cabbage, pickle.
Yeah.
Vala is short for Valley.
Oh my
Is-
god! That's
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? No, I gotta figure out a different last name because I feel like I gotta bring the theme together. But cabbage, I'm throwing cabbage out.
I'm
Okay.
gonna change my name here so that people remember, because I'm really bad with remembering.
So
names,
Pine,
too.
Pickle, and Valley.
Yeah. I'm thinking like a little farm in the middle of the valley. So, like, I feel like I want to have a theme related to that. And by the way, I think I figured out my kid type.
Oh,
My kid
Nickname
type.
yourself Stardew.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's amazing. So my kid type, after looking through a lot of them, and I was looking at the Gentle Heart, but I love that you took it, because that left me to discover the Loner. And the Loner, you're a lone wolf, a solo artist. So who cares about friendship, right? It's not that you hate other people. It's just that life is so much easier when you're by yourself. That way, there's no difficult questions, no disappointment. Still, you wonder what having real friends would be like. And then my type feature is, like I care, gain a boost whenever you attempt a test to play it cool, begrudgingly cooperate, or protect your true friends.
all right. What's your special item?
This is where I was torn, because I mean, in the art is fantastic, by the way. In the art, they have a long scarf, and it looks so freaking
I
good.
know, right?
Oh, and like the description for the item is a long scarf that blows dramatically in the wind, and I'm like, but I also really, really like the idea of a mixtape full of meaningful songs, because that's who I was when I was a kid.
You've got your own mixtapes.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, back in the day. No, it was mostly CDs. Like, I was past the tape era mostly. But yeah. And then let's see, talent. I'm torn because quick-witted sounds fun, but also a jerk with a heart of gold sounds like a lot of fun. Nerves of Steel could also be really cool, but my flaw, 100%, I want to be oversensitive.
Oh.
Yeah, so like the ones that they give you, like for every choice they say make one up or choose from this list, and they have brooding, trouble fitting in, and oversensitive, and I was just like, oversensitive just sounds like a really fun thing to play up with a loner.
Yeah, the brooding is
try to
like,
be
I feel,
cool.
is your default. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's the default loner is brooding. And I was like, that and trouble fitting in. But oversensitive is kind of one of those things where it's like you just press him in the button and he's gonna flip up. But yeah. So let's see. Flaw. Let me write this down.
Yep. Take all the time you need to write them down. You'll also have to choose your desire and your stuff.
True. I haven't done any of that yet.
No. I'll let you all write things down on your sheet. So just to repeat for everyone, we have Tail, last name pending, who is a loner.
Kale Stardew.
Tail Stardew?
Stardew.
Or Kale Stardew. Okay.
Kale, yeah, K.
Kail?
Just K-L-E. K-A-L-E, like the
K-A-L-E.
vegetable.
Oh, like the vegetable. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the
of
first
course.
name was the first name was totally vegetable themed. And then I switched it up because I was like,
All right. So Kale Stardew, the loner, with a heart of gold. We have Larry Pine, the catered to rising star. We have Nicole Pickle, the kind-hearted, gullible little girl.
It sounds so much better when you say it.
And we have Leo Vala, the delinquent exchange student from... Did you say Norway? Scandinavia?
Yeah, anywhere in Scandinavia. I was trying to go for something more generic, but Norway is, my actual background, so it's where I pulled most of my influences from.
nice.
Cool. So those are our kids. We're not done, though. We really are not done. Now that we've chosen who we are, we all have 3 traits: logic, reflex, and spirit.
Do we do that before the relationships?
We're gonna do that. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the relationships for the end.
Okay. No, that's fine. I was going down the list and I want to make sure we didn't miss something.
Yeah, no, I think I'm gonna keep relationships for last. So we're gonna go with traits first. So basically those are your stats, right? Logic is anything that is like knowledge, planning, strategy. Reflex is anything physical. So reflex can both be, how physically fit you are, to how fast you can respond to something in your environment or whatever. So this all goes in reflex. And then spirit is your strength of character. It is both your willpower, your determination, but also how persuasive you are, and how good you are at, making friends and just leading in a tough situation. So when you create your kid, you have to distribute the following numbers: 4, 3, and 2. So you're going to be very good in one aspect, medium in another, and weaker in a third.
I already know.
How do the traits play in?
So every time you will try a test of something in the game, you will roll one of your traits and a talent. So, for example, let me see here. Let's take someone. Let's take the delinquent, right? Delinquent can have a talent called Roguish Charm. Well, then, if the delinquent tries to, I don't know, make it through a, let's say there's an Animon tournament and they got in late because they overslept, and they try to like charm their way into the arena anyway. They face like one of the bouncers or whatever. Well, in that case, I would say, okay, you're gonna roll your spirit plus your roguish charm. And that's going to be the pool of dice you're going to take, and that's what you're going to roll.
Right.
And that is it.
I think I've got it.
Oh yeah, French Overlord had a question. Zach answered it, but yeah, for everyone, you make up your universe in Animon. It can be like Pokemon, it can be like Digimon, it can be like Monster Rancher. You decide what you want it to be like. For our one shot tomorrow, I was going more for a Digimon type of thing. So it's all of you with your pets and your Animons, and there's a very select few humans in that like other world, the Animon world, and we'll go with that for tomorrow.
Nice.
But yes, so players.
Side note, I just want to say that. Side note, I just want to say that fighting Foodons was also very underrated. So if you want to do a food-themed Animon story, you should totally do that.
I remember fighting Foodon. It didn't play for long, though, on TV, that I remember anyway. Like the channels I was watching. There was another one, too. What was it? The one... Metabots?
Oh, yeah! Is that the one where you could, like, merge them and
I don't remember. Like, there were something about hexagons and robots.
Yeah.
And the main character was like a yellow and white. Sven also has... Yes, Jade Cocoon was one of my favorite PlayStation 1 game.
Oh my goodness. I knew that that's one reason why... That's one of the reasons why I was looking forward to this game, was because I knew we were going to get all nostalgic about all the, like, wild... different Mon games, like monster games that were out there. I love it.
Players, tell us, what's the strong point of your character? What's your best trait? What's your lowest one? And maybe why? Like, why did you choose those?
Okay. Well, I think as a loner, I think reflex. So I think my spirit has to be pretty strong to be a loner. I have to be like bold and.
What did you say that your flaw was, though?
My flaw is oversensitive.
Okay. Oversensitive and strength of character, or
I want to say like oversensitive to being.
So basically, there's like a few key things on which you're oversensitive.
Yeah,
I mean, like the rest is.
It's just the word oversensitive, so I kind of wonder if it's up to interpretation around.
Oh, I'm sure it is. I was just asking because you said it has to be spirit, and I was like, well, I don't know that it has to be. I think you can play it either way. It's up to you. Not saying that it'd have to be a 2, but it doesn't necessarily have to be your 4. It could be anything.
Right. I guess in terms of let's see. I think part of it also is like I chose my special item to be a mixtape full of meaningful songs. And so I feel like I'm very emotionally intelligent as a character. It makes sense that would be like the character. One of the key characteristics to this loner is like other people just don't get them because they're not quite on their level.
Makes sense.
And so like, yeah, because like they're listening to these songs, they're like, man, I get it. You know, sometimes life is just rough. You just gotta listen to the music.
Were you called a genius in like middle school or primary school?
Maybe that would make sense. Where it was like there was that disconnect. Yeah. So I'm kind of wondering if. Yeah, that makes sense. So like, I wouldn't say like I'm the rising star, like, you know, but in that regard. So I guess I would be like, people didn't notice me because I didn't try.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Where it's like I would always ace the test, or I'd intentionally fail them. That kind of thing.
There's like no in between.
Yeah, exactly. There's kind of that the laziness of it. I guess I'm going for that archetype. I've seen that archetype so many times, but I love it. Yeah, so I guess what do y'all think about traits in terms of how I would distribute it there? It sounds kind of like reflex is my lowest.
Yeah, I was going to say logic has to be relatively high too. Then, if they can just kind of turn on that intelligence whenever they want to.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's just a coin flip between how you want to play them. I don't think there's a huge.
Yeah, I'm gonna do 4 because it's 4, and then what's the stepping?
4, 3, and 2.
I'm gonna do 4, 3, and 2. 4 logic, 3 spirit, and 2.
2 reflex.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Awesome. Chris, why don't you go next? What are your? What's your best?
The delinquent. I think I'm going to go with spirit because I'm leaning towards intimidating as their top talent, and so they're kind of like the delinquent that just kind of like looks at someone and goes, "Nah, you don't want to do that," because they have this like unknown reputation. They're from somewhere else. People don't really know what they're capable of. They didn't grow up with everyone. There is no history there, and so like. They can persuade their way through things by just going like, no, that's just not how it works. And then, that kind of edge keeps them from getting coerced into stuff. There you go.
She joined us.
And then reflex, and then logic's going to be the lowest.
All right. What about Steph?
I'm actually kind of struggling between logic and spirit as my top trait because both of them for different reasons are kind of working. Like initially I just without question went spirit, logic, reflex. But then I started like looking back and forth between the two and I'm like, shoot. Since I'm basing this character off of myself, I'm trying to pick and choose what are my stronger traits versus my weaker ones. And I like strategy and puzzles, but I like encouraging other people. But also the kids with high spirit scores are typically confident. That's not a thing. Confidence is not the strong suit, but also bolstering confidence in others is. So I think I'm going to stick with the spirit, logic, and then reflex.
Okay.
Just because I was going back and forth, and now that I'm like talking it out loud, I think that still kind of applies.
Okay.
For sure.
And yep.
No. Yeah, that's
okay.
Yep, that's it. I'm still thinking, but that still works.
That's okay. I'm skipping some of the 8-bit tracks. And then Anino.
Well, now that everybody picked, I decided that I wanted to balance the group out a little bit more.
Oh.
So I went 3-4-2, logic, reflex, spirit. I figured since he's spoiled, he has everything pretty easy, so obviously he gets discouraged if things don't go his way. Logic, maybe he had an SAT tutor. Spoiled rich kids could do that. I know, I taught them for a while. And the reflexes, well, he has all that free time to exercise.
That's true. Yeah. Always like maybe they're always like running around on the track and field team or something like that.
Oh, he played lacrosse.
Oh, for sure.
Oh,
yes.
Boy.
Yes.
Wow.
Yep.
Rising star. Okay.
A lacrosse player. I see that. Okay. Nice.
By the way,
yeah.
How do we choose virtue? Is that something that
we're
was just
coming up with that?
Oh, got it.
First, we're just gonna enter your stamina. So stamina in this game is not just your HP, like what we would think of HP in most games, but it also encompasses like tiredness, like fatigue, injuries, hunger. So if you're tired, if you're hungry, that all impacts your stamina, and your stamina right now is 10 for everyone, because it's always 9 plus your bond level. So we're starting at level 1, so it's 10 for everyone.
Is it like Pokemon where nobody dies, they just faint?
Exactly. Nobody dies, and your Animons cannot die either.
Oh, cool.
So the worst thing that could happen to them is they could devolve into fledglings, or if really there is something, and again, the game stresses that point out too, you have to talk it out with the player, like if it's okay for like a dramatic moment that they decide to, quote unquote, sacrifice their Animon to save everyone. Well, the Animon's gonna come back, turn back into an egg. So they might not have their Animon for like a session or two, and then the egg hatches and you have a fledgling again, and your Animon comes back.
Wait, is it like an egg on like your wristwatch that looks like a Tamagotchi egg, and you're just like, I gotta take care of it while...
I think it could be anything, but I like your idea of a Tamagotchi. Tamagotchi, yeah.
Oh my god, that's taking me back even more. I definitely had 2 Tamagotchis, and I was like, this is a lot. This is a lot. I'm taking care of 2 little babies.
Oh no, one of them's on fire. What have I done? And next is a virtue. So there are some virtues listed on page 35. For the purposes of our one-shots, we're going to choose from that little list. Or really, if nothing fits, like we'll come up with one. Basically, virtues are unique. It's what will make your character stand out. So you choose one. This is your best quality, right? It's the thing that your kid is the most like strongly associated with. Like, if you had a bunch of kids together in like an anime, that at some point one of them would get like the crest of courage, the crest of love, the crest of loyalty, and like that would improve their bond or whatever. Like you see that this is a trope that already exists in these type of shows, so it's in this game too, and virtues will often be put to the test.
Makes sense.
So they might not be, like the game says, they might not be obvious from the get-go. So your character might not know that, the cowardly character might not know that courage is their virtue. It's just at some point they realize that, okay, wait, no, I am brave. I just don't see it. Maybe like someone in the group, another kid, helps them realize that, no, you were brave all along. And they're like, so every time your virtue is tested and you come out stronger, that's how you gain XP. So let me know, page 35, 36 actually on the PDF, but the book is page 35. So let me know which one you...
I have a pretty good idea of mine, because I like the idea that the loner is reliable. Begrudgingly helps, but always does.
Mm-hmm.
I chose kindness because, I don't know, that just goes with people and animals.
Mm-hmm.
Larry?
I think we're going to go with understanding. I originally picked reliability, so...
Oh!
And Leo?
I think Leo's is going to be wisdom. He's got a different perspective, and it seems to come across as wisdom.
Yeah, and there's a little relationship thing between the loner and the delinquent. definitely ties into that.
So with that done, all of our virtues and everything, we have two little steps to finish. Because you already chose a name, so that's good. The last thing, second to last in our case, is to set our bond level, which is bond level 1 in our case, because we're starting. This represents the trust and friendship you have between you and your Animon. So yes, in an RPG sense, it is your level. That's where your XP is going to go towards. But in-game, it's represented by how strong your bond is between you and your Animon. And that also gives you bond points. So bond points can be spent to improve your odds of success and do a bunch of stuff. You start the game with 6 bond points. And bond points basically can be spent to either gain 1 point can give you 2 extra dice. At the same time, a bond point can be used to give an additional charge of your monster's special attack. You can spend 2 bond points to immediately have an extra action in combat, basically take another turn, to avoid quote-unquote dying, and sometimes to just change the story. Now, you all chose a special item earlier, right, when you created your character. That special item, if you manage to work it in a scene or a check in an interesting way. I mean, the fact that you have, for example, the long scarf, I mean, just wearing it doesn't do anything special. But if it comes into play for some reason, then that special item actually counts for a free bond point that you always have. So if you can work it into a scene and explain how you use this item or how this item inspires you or does something. I mean, the mixtape, I have many ideas of how that can be used to inspire your character during a scene. So that would be a free bond point that you could spend that doesn't go against or doesn't subtract from your pool of 6 points. And your bond strain begins at 0. Because, you're not going to strain your relationship to your newfound friend right away. And now the cool thing. When your bond strain goes equal to, or, just above, not equal, but above your bond points, you're at risk of a bond break episode. Which, if we were to stream an entire campaign, I would say we stop. Here's a full 2-hour session of the bond break. How your Animon might be turning their back on you or something because you've pushed them too far, or they don't think you like them anymore, or something went wrong, I couldn't protect you in a fight, and there's tears and stuff. Yes, and bond break episodes, when they happen, and you work things out and everything, you gain a shit ton of XP. And by shit ton, I mean 5, if I remember correctly. So our last step before we go to break is going to be our relationships. So each one of you has a relationship with someone else. Basically, it's not just one with one. We're really going to go with everyone. So, Eddie, you're going to have a relationship both to the delinquent, the kind-hearted, and the rising star. And same thing for Stephanie, for Chris, for Anino. So what we'll do is we're gonna go around the table, and we're gonna just start creating our little bridges between everyone. So I will do it randomly. I'll roll a d4 and I'll start with 2. That's Chris on my Zoom window. Chris and Anino.
So the relationship I have between the rising star and the delinquent is that they don't talk much at school, but sometimes they meet up and hang out on the weekends.
Question for the both of you. What do you do on the weekends?
I feel like it's got to be some sort of like obscure hobby that they both somehow enjoy, even though they both don't look like they enjoy it.
Oh, I like that.
Or don't look like the stereotypical who would enjoy it.
And what would be that hobby?
I want to say like a board game.
I want to say like
Yu-Gi-Oh.
So either a like a collectible card game. I was gonna say like knitting or something.
Oh,
Like,
that's
they
kind of
both
neat
have
too.
a knitting club.
There you go. Yeah.
That's kind of
wow.
Or
The-
baking? Oh, I mean, I'm sorry. I'm just throwing ideas out there. Knitting's great, but I'm just getting excited about all the different things you can be doing.
But I love the delinquent, like, showing up to school with a sweater they knitted themselves. And, like,
Beanie.
the kids,
Beanie.
yeah, the beanie, and then the kids going like, "Who did that to you? Your grandma?" And there's just a flashback. There's a flashback of them like just knitting on the weekend. All right, and what is your link to Leo towards Larry?
Leo's keeping a personal secret for them.
Ooh.
What is it? I mean, please spill the tea from those knitting sessions.
Well, I don't want to give away, I don't want to speak for Larry what Larry's secret is. Larry can determine what secret they confide it in Leo. If you want any, or I can come up with something. I just don't want to put something in your character's background.
I gotta think of something.
Okay, so we'll come back to it in a few minutes. We'll do we'll move on to our two others for now, Eddie and Steph. So basically, the loner towards the kind-hearted, the gentle heart. What do you have?
Let's see. Well, a loner with a gentle heart. They can tell when you're lying better than most. That's what I've got.
Oh.
So I feel like that often plays out where Nicole calls out Kale when they're like being oversensitive a lot, or when they're when they're trying to keep it cool.
Is it that I can tell when you're lying?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Better than most.
Okay, so when you're acting all tough and shit,
Yeah.
and something's actually eating you out from the inside, and she knows.
Yeah. They know when I'm like inside I'm fuming, but really, like I'm trying to have like a calm exterior.
Mm-hmm.
That's cute.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
And what would be gentle heart towards the loner?
I know they need help with something big, but they're too proud to ask.
Okay, what's the project?
What is it that you need help with that you don't want to ask for?
Asking a girl out.
Oh,
That's a good one. That is a good one.
You're trying to make a mixtape.
Yes.
Oh my god!
Yes!
Oh, you're trying to impress a girl with a mixtape?
Yes, I love it. Great idea, Chris.
Yep.
Great idea.
Yep. I love it. Hey.
Yeah, there's now we gotta come up with a girl that I'm attracted to. Because it'd be really awkward if it was Nicole.
But what if it was?
Then she would know I'm lying.
Maybe that's the one lie she can't. Or she knows. Either it's that, or
I'm just like saving you from embarrassment and pretending I don't know.
Oh, damn. All right.
It's
all
that
right.
kindness coming out.
Yeah, the kind heart. She knows, and she's trying to be like, making sure that she doesn't make it obvious that the mixtape that I'm trying to make for her are all the favorite songs that she likes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all of my song suggestions are low key my favorite songs.
I love it. Okay. Okay.
Cool.
Oh my
All right.
god.
So now we did the horizontal ones. We're gonna do the vertical ones. So let's start with the Rising Star and the Loner.
Oh, sorry. The Rising
that's
Star and the
okay.
Loner. I was writing this like very juicy like relationship. And
do you
Nicole,
want me-
you're-
Do you want me to move to the
No.
Steph and Chris to give you time to finish?
No, it's all good.
Okay.
I don't think I'll ever forget that moment. Yeah. So the Rising Star, they're surprisingly nice to you, and you're not sure why.
So, the Rising Star, Larry is actually really nice to Kale because Larry has heard a very juicy rumor about Kale, and he dying to know whether or not it's true.
Oh, because that's also your relationship to them. Okay.
Oh wow. These relationships are great.
These are great.
And what's that rumor you're trying to get?
Oh man.
I think the rumor is that Kale and Nicole are looking to hook up.
Shit.
Oh.
Oh my god. Okay.
Ooh.
Wait, but then why does that make you nice to me?
I'm dying to know. It's juicy. It will go around the knitting club for weeks.
He wants the sweet gossip.
Oh my
Wow. Knitting club
Oh my
gossip
God.
at like 12
Okay.
years old.
Oh my god.
That's literally what I'm going to be writing down. Knitting club
Whoa.
gossip.
All I'm saying is that the rest of the people in the knitting club bring some killer snacks, and they dote on us like we're grandkids. So
Yeah. No, we're gonna be like the next gen Golden Girls or something.
Love it.
This is what I wrote for the relationship with Larry. Knitting club gossip. They want to know what's the deal with Nicole. Oh my god.
God.
This is so juicy.
Oh my god.
Oh,
This is the most
this is so teenage
reality
too.
TV show. Yeah, this is the most CW Pokemon ever.
Yeah.
100%.
All
Well,
right.
it's all that like relationship tension in all those animes that never came to fruition, like actually like becoming a reality.
It's all the subtext that you never see in those movies or in those shows.
yeah, exactly.
Like it's all the stuff the writers are talking about. Well, we don't know if we're going to bring it out ever, but we need to know these things for the tension.
That brings us to our other vertical relationship, Steph and Chris.
I mentioned it a little earlier. The relationship that the delinquent has with the gentle heart is if anyone messes with this kid, you'll make them regret it.
Oh shit!
So much. Oh my god.
So kind of like that older brother attitude
Yeah.
without being related.
And I think that's maybe one reason why Kale is like secretly asking Nicole is like they're a little bit intimidated, but they don't want to like come off that way. Like they're trying to play it cool.
Oh my god. Love it when a backstory comes together. Mine is really great too. Mine is I confronted you about something once and you actually apologized to me for it.
Of course, you're the only one I know that's actually kind.
So, which like leads into the being like, I'm sorry, now I'm going to, kill anybody that messes with you.
Mhm.
But I
Well-
also feel like
Where did I go wrong? What did I
don't
do?
know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I think
It's got to be some sort of like cultural mistake, since he's a international student.
Right?
So like didn't really understand something.
Yeah. Oh my god, I don't even know. That's a really good question.
What were you thinking before I interrupted?
No, I was thinking that the way that you apologized was by knitting her a scarf.
I brought her a scarf
Yeah. Oh, okay.
and said, "I'm sorry, I won't do it again." Whatever the thing was.
Yeah, I don't know though. What was the thing? So she always plays outside in the dirt and the rocks and is like super dirty all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if it was like teasing about appearance or
I don't think it was teasing. I think maybe just the way he said it
just
made
like
it
an
sound
accident.
like it was.
Yes.
And he was like, you should really clean up before we go inside or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But says it so kind of like just in your face.
Because of that
because
Northern European,
he's being blunt
like,
and he just thinks that it just is what it is.
And she's very sensitive and kind and like, that's really mean to say. Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, okay. Cool.
That I have to teach you how to be more sensitive about the way you say things.
One of the big cultural differences between Norway and the US is that Norwegians do not compliment each other as much. It's more subtle in how they do it. So if you tell someone like, "Oh yeah, go, you can do it," and then it's like flattery to them. Like you're being like almost sarcastic to a point.
So it'd be like, "Go on," which is them saying, "You can do it, but just go on."
Yeah.
I'm gonna go do this. Go on.
So let's do our diagonals. We'll start with Eddie and Chris. Leo and Kale, what are your relationships like?
I'm gonna start, and this one.
Oh wait, I got a message from Eddie. His mic just got out, so we're gonna do a Nino and Steph.
Okay.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Let's see here. Where are we at? Okay. Oh God.
Can you hear me now?
This is
It's a little low, but yes.
Let's see. Yeah, my real mic is like. Anyway, sorry. I'll try to fix it. You guys go ahead.
Okay.
So you're trying to get gossip on Nicole and Kale, which is really funny because our relationship is that you put a stop to some nasty gossip that was going around about me.
Ooh.
Is that because Nicole's great aunt is in the knitting circle, like Sven said?
Oh my God! Right? Oh no! So now what rumors? I feel like she probably wouldn't even know about these rumors. Possibly.
I think the rumor was started by some really mean girls at their school. And the rumor was that Nicole's family was living out of a station wagon behind a gas station.
Oh, because I'm so dirty all the time. Those damn mean girls. Yeah, I feel like that's something that she would totally not even be aware of. Because she doesn't like notice those things. Like if they were like doing the mock bully complimenting her, she'd probably take it seriously. Like they were actually complimenting her. Like, oh, thanks. I think
right.
between Larry and Leo, that they don't stand a chance.
And Eddie and Chris, if Eddie's mic is back.
think it,
Oh, yeah.
What was the
Oh, I
other
didn't-
direction?
I didn't get
the other-
Rising Star to me. Yeah.
So mine is that Nicole is someone that I can genuinely trust.
This is true. She's not a gossipy type. I will keep all of your secrets.
She is very real. I'm just trying to figure out, is there a catalyst to that? Like, how did she prove that she was trustworthy?
Maybe that's how you got the rumor to end, is because you, like, sort of got to know her. You know, maybe in your quest to look for gossip, for hot goss, you sort of, you know, the thing that you're doing with Kale at the moment to try to know, like, you know, be super nice to them, to know about the rumors and everything. You did the same thing to Nicole before, but it just so happens that no, the rumors were all wrong, and she's actually, like, this sweet girl that has, like, no bad bone in her body or something.
Just like her great aunt Nancy says.
I felt like he started. I feel like he would have also started like a counter rumor that made Nicole seem much more cooler, and that nobody is just going to touch her in those regards.
Yeah.
Like maybe he photoshopped together this picture of like Nicole having tea.
Your mic cut out.
Oh, you put it out.
Put out.
No. So I was saying that like maybe he would start a counter rumor to make Nicole sound or look even cooler than she really is, and maybe he'd start circulating photos of Nicole partying or having tea with like BTS or something.
I like it.
He uses his rich connections to pull something off like that.
Wow, like professional level Photoshop.
I love
then-
it.
And then everyone at school is like, oh my god, she knows BTS.
I mean, if it was 13-year-old me, though, it'd be in sync. Just saying.
It's
What, not Backstreet Boys?
No, I wasn't into. I didn't like. I mean, they were okay, but they weren't in sync.
Let's not get into that fight. Spice Girls.
Spice Happy Night.
S Club 7.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, I just pulled that one out.
Yeah. So lastly, before we go to break, Chris and Eddie, what are your relationships together?
Well,
Mine is that I once broke up a fight between the loner and one of my other friends.
ooh.
And I'm thinking, because of the awkwardness about Larry over there being nice to Kale,
Oh.
those are the two that got into a scuffle.
Oh.
And now Kale's super skeptical. Larry doesn't really care.
Sorry, you saying that Larry and Eddie got in? Oh, Larry and Kale got into a fight?
Yeah. And that's why he's skeptical as to why you're being nice about him.
Yeah.
And the fight could be as simple as like just a shoving match over some sort of misunderstanding or whatever the case may be. It doesn't have to be actual blows.
Yeah, it could even just be like words where we yelled at each other for hitting each other's space or something like that, where you weren't respecting my emotional space, bro.
I don't know if Larry would do that though.
Okay.
Because I'm thinking maybe your friend is a bit of a player and had their sights set on Nicole, and that's when Kale got into it. And that is where Larry got this idea.
There you go.
that,
Oh
Kale
wow.
and Nicole.
We've got a quadrant. So what is going on with this?
I should have written for like the OC or something.
We're not. It's not a harem anime. It's a reverse harem anime.
Oh my
There's a
god!
word for that too, and I can't remember what it's called. But
I
it's just
said
total-
PG.
I mean, it's still PG, man. Just because it's a harem.
Holy crap!
I love it though.
It ended up being
Um,
harem anime after all.
So we've got all of our. Oh no! Wait, we're missing one
No.
relationship.
Yep.
Yeah. The other dynamic, which I love that. So basically what you're saying is that you broke up a fight once between myself and someone that was
That's seen as his friend.
that's seen as your friend.
My friend. Yep.
That was interested in Nicole, and like I got oversensitive about it. And maybe that's when Nicole like got a little tip of like, maybe I need to keep an eye on Gail. She knew that was the moment she knew.
Even better, I broke it up because I punched the guy because he said something kind of crude about
Nicole?
Gentle Heart.
Yeah, about Nicole. Oh, I
Because
love
if
it.
anyone messes with her, I'll make them regret it.
Yeah. Yes, I love it. That's how you broke it up. We were fighting verbally, being like, don't be saying that kind of stuff about Nicole.
And he says something crude, and
Yeah.
Leo just steps in and haymakers him.
Oh, and I can definitely see the scene with like Kale being like, hands curled into like fists.
Yeah.
And just
But it's
shaking
down
by
by his
his
side
side.
first.
Yeah. And he's like, don't say mean things about Nicole. With like that little like anime tear that's like just round at the corner of your eye type of thing.
the big water bubbles.
Yeah.
Like getting ready to throw, because they gotta act cool, but they're getting that like high sensitivity level.
Yeah.
And I've got a pair of sunglasses and earphones to go with that.
Oh, nice.
There
Okay,
you
so
go.
you're the cool kid.
Yeah. The cool kid, jerk with a heart of gold. Anyway, yeah, so Delinquent, they once gave you some advice that you've secretly lived by ever since. But what was that piece of advice?
Get the fuck away from Nicole.
No, I think he would have. I think he would have hit the guy and said, "Watch your mouth." And then he turns. We'll go with that same scene, and he'll just turn to Kale and be like, "There are few precious things in life. You must always respect them."
Like it.
Nice. And it's on these words of wisdom that we're gonna leave our kids for break. When we come back, we're gonna create Animon, our little monsters, and
Wait, there's
And then-
monsters in this?
I know, with all the drama between the kids, what is going to happen with the monsters?
no, we're gonna add monsters to the mix. So stick around, everyone. We'll be back in about 5-ish minutes with some more Animon story. And while you're waiting on break, you should definitely go and check out Zach's Twitter account if you want to make sure to know, get the message when the game comes out on Friday. His Twitter handle is going to be displayed on screen during the break. See you in a few minutes, everyone. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We are creating Animons. So we've gone through character creation for the kids. Now we're going to go through monster creator for our Animon pets. So if you look on your character sheet, you'll see at the bottom of your main sheet, you have the basic form of your Animon. This is what we're going to do tonight. We're going to do this, and then we're going to also do, just in case, the fledgling on the second page. But fledgling is fairly easy. It's just a depowered version of your basic Animon, right? And then maybe we'll do the first evolution, but like we'll do that after tonight, like before our session tomorrow or something. So to begin with, we're gonna have to choose a few things. Creating an Animon is done in 9 easy steps. The first one, players, if you go on page 40 of the book, we gotta choose their classification. That's like their type. You know, ground, electric, rock, fire, water. There's a whole bunch of them. These are mostly used to describe what your Animon looks like. And this is what I think we're going to begin with. Not just classification, but what did you have in mind as far as the look of your Animon? I see Stephanie wants to go first.
I think she's been thinking about it for a while.
So Stephanie,
Thinking about
are
it
you
for
gonna
like
go with
2
the,
weeks.
I've seen those images in the chat.
She was going with a parrot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely a parrot, a bird.
It's
Sorry.
not even like overly complicated. It's literally a Lisa Frank dolphin that can hover because, you know, or maybe like lives in a bubble, like, you know, like when you have like a the goldfish in World of Warcraft that follows you around in like a little bubble, Goldie.
I like the idea of it
little
being
bubble of water.
Dolphin.
Yeah, it's a Lisa Frank dolphin, so it's like it's pink, it's purple, it's blue, it's yellow, it's green. It's like it's just super gaudy, maybe a little bit glittery. And that's in its basic form. I already kind of have ideas for its leveled up, which isn't much more extensive, except that it will start like growing like dragon scales, because that was my other obsession, was dragons. So it's going to be like a dragon dolphin, basically.
So your type is insect, right?
Yeah, definitely insects, not aquatic at all.
Oh my god. Yeah, Simon, I totally had like flashbacks to the Void Dragon that we had in our Dark Matter game.
Oh shit, what was his name again? Volans.
Volans. Yeah. Oh my god.
But you had a dragon in yours too?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, in our spaceship. You know, it was just living in our holds.
It was living in the
things.
fridge.
Yeah, in the fridge, consuming.
lived
It was a
off
void
Twinkies.
dragon, so like things would go into the fridge and just disappear, because the dragon would just like suck it.
That sounds less terrifying than the dragon we faced in our Dark Matter campaign, which had tentacles and
Oh god.
psionic powers.
No,
I mean, our Volans eventually like consumed all of Jupiter, but that was a mistake. It was an accident. I didn't mean to do it.
yeah, nope, that's true.
Wow.
So we've got one aquatic Lisa
Yes.
Frank
Water type.
dolphin.
Mm-hmm.
What about the other
Okay.
3?
So I'm kind of torn because originally I hadn't looked at any of the documents before we
No
started
one
the
had.
session.
I sent them
Yeah.
tonight, so.
That's true. It's true. So I was telling the audience, Simon.
Oh, sorry.
But yeah, in my mind, I was thinking I kind of want someone that, like, really just, like, and I didn't know that this is what I was going for, because, you know, the loner just called to me for this character that I had in my mind. So I'm thinking plant, because I kind of want it to be something that's, like, down to earth, freaking, so
Is the loner also a stoner? Are you going full like?
No, not necessarily. but
marijuana plant.
Yeah, no. No, I was thinking more like a tree or a mushroom, kind of idea. And
Mushrooms. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Doing shrooms.
Shrooms. Yeah.
Just the simple kind of psychedelic.
Yeah.
That's why he's so smart. But
And a musician.
Yeah, that's true, and like really into music. But yeah, so I was thinking plant, and I'm thinking some kind. I don't know exactly what it's gonna look like. I'm open to ideas in terms of like the mushroom type or something interesting, or
how many legs, if any?
I'm thinking 4.
I just have the image of a tiny little, especially for the loner, a tiny little, just like one of those basic, the white mushrooms with the red caps, like a toadstool.
Yeah.
But like with a really, really, really big toadstool, and you can't see his face because he's super like hiding.
Oh, it's got
in
like
it.
it's
it's like the shaded
visor.
Yeah. So you can't see his face because he's a loner, but he's got a matching scarf, like a tiny matching scarf that you wear.
Yeah, and they've also got headphones on. They're always wearing their headphones. They're chilling out.
Tiny little mushroom with headphones.
Yep.
It almost looks like he's wearing a hoodie, but it's just the top of the cap of the mushroom.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think a common scene that you'll have with them is that they'll sit under a tree, and the mushroom will like just climb up onto the tree and like look like one of those that are stuck to the side of the tree. The stepper mushrooms.
Yeah.
And then like they're just chilling there, just like listening to their tunes, staring up at the clouds.
Do they have a face?
Yes, but you never see it. Because it's like a tiny face with this giant toadstool. I like what Stephanie was talking about there. And I kind of like the idea that it has kind of like a brim to it, so it almost looks like it's got like a different shade of color, so it almost looks like it's a giant sombrero.
Here, I'm putting an image in our Discord chat
Oh, no.
for this, because I can't show it because copyright.
Yes.
It's a tiny mushroom with a big red cap. It's just this one's holding a knife.
Yeah. I love it because it 100% it probably fits the personality of this creature.
Oh my god.
All right. So yours is the plant type.
Yes.
Let's go with Larry Pine.
Is that the nature or the class?
Oh yeah, the no classification.
Okay.
So I think we're gonna go with these, and I think Larry's Animon is going to be a really fussy-looking saber-toothed tiger, like a chibi tiger, with indigo fur and silver mane. But she looks very haughty, and she's so picky about. She's so vain about her attire that Larry has to pretend that all of the stuff that he's knitted for her is all designer label stuff. Otherwise, she will not obey any of his orders at all.
So just as spoiled as you are.
So, not necessarily spoiled. Vain.
Okay.
Larry is just spoiled.
All right. Beast type, saber-tooth tiger, and Chris, what is Leo's Animon?
Leo's
Class.
Animon's also going to be a beast type.
Ooh.
But Leo's Animon is much more drab in color. It is looks like a coyote, and we're going to get to the element next, but you'll know which element it is because I'm calling him Cleote.
Well, let's go with the element then. What's your element?
Earth.
Oh, Cleote. Okay, I got it.
Cleote.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. What about the fussy saber-tooth tiger?
So are Animon going to like transform at all, or have a second form?
We might get to the first evolution.
Okay. In that case, I'll go with Mirage.
Ooh, a Mirage.
Hmm.
So, by the way, the types, I forgot to list the classifications, but your Animon can be dragon, beast, avian, insect, plant, aquatic, celestial, infernal, machine, fairy, nightmare, or unknown. And then as far as the elements are concerned, it's all rock, paper, scissors, just like Pokemon, except that in this case you have three triangles, if you will. So you have fire that beats nature, that beats water, that beats fire. You've got electric that beats wind, that beats earth, that beats electric. And you have light that beats dark, that beats mirage, that beats light. And in the center of it all, you have neutral. Neutral is never bad, but it's never better than anyone. So right now we have a mirage, we have an earth. What do we have for the mushroom?
Well, in terms of element, and I'm still thinking of names. If you guys want to think of some good ones, let me know. I mean, nature would be the obvious one. But dark would be kind of interesting.
Hmm.
Yeah, I guess like in terms of picking the elements. Okay, so all I'm under one of 10 different elements, which was source of draw. The fact that they're plant doesn't necessarily define them in shape or form.
No.
Element can be whatever you want.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So you could
Animon
be
Portobello.
Portobello.
Yes.
Good one. Yeah, I think. I think I'm gonna go with just the classic nature.
All right. And then element for the Lisa Frank dolphin.
No, water.
Okay. So
You
we've
need
got
to ask.
yeah, nature,
I mean-
water, earth, and mirage.
You don't know.
The next one.
She's a fire type.
I mean,
A
hey,
fire
you talked
type
about
dolphin.
dragon.
Right.
So the next step is to choose the nature of our Animon. So the nature gives both a a quality, but also a flaw. So for example, they could be friendly, which means that they are kind, but on the other hand, they are gullible. And that is under the umbrella of the friendly nature. So it's both a positive and a negative. And for our one shot tomorrow, we're just gonna stick to that list. So this is basically the indication of like how they act, if you will. Since I talked about it to the players during break, but for the game tomorrow, you will voice the Animon of a different kid than yours, and these natures are gonna help, like, give you just a little hint of like how they act, basically.
How to roleplay them.
Yeah, how to roleplay them.
Mm.
So I would say, because, you know, the Animons are going to be voiced by another, roleplayed by another person, who would like to roleplay which? And I will let the two players, so both the player of the kid and the player of the Animon, come up with what the nature should be, so that you're both comfortable with it.
I like that. Because there's so much already going on between Kale and Nicole. I'm gonna say that we don't voice her. We could. I mean, that'd be something else. Because I've always wanted to roleplay a dolphin.
Oh my God.
I mean, we could make it a triangle though, because you know, the Larry and Leo both hang out on the weekends in the knitting club.
Oh yes.
Oh, so you would just swap your
So
Animons?
well, I mean, we could do that, or we could go opposite, like Eddie was saying, and do not the person that we have the kids have the connection with.
Okay, yeah.
Where they do a lot of stuff together, because then it brings in more voices.
That's true.
That, and also we have each player gets more roleplay opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
I like. Yeah. So I mean, I could definitely play a cat, right? It was a cat.
Yeah, saber-toothed cat. Yeah.
Saber-tooth.
So we have a fox. No, a coyote. I'm sorry.
Coyote.
Coyote. Then, to answer Skippington in chat, when the Animon will fuse together, then both players are going to have to speak at the exact same time and say the exact same thing. But we're reserving that for season 4 when we introduce fusion.
Oh my God.
And it's going to be a mess.
Thanks, I hate it.
Well, we'll have to actually rehearse.
Yeah.
So after we jump the shark.
Yes.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
No, she's a dolphin.
And I mean, Chris, I don't know what you mean by we'll have to rehearse. We all know that everything we do is scripted.
What? I'm supposed to be reading a script? Oh, dang it. I knew I forgot something.
No one gave me the memo.
I've been reading Eddie's part this whole time.
Oh shit, that was Chris's part?
Yeah. Oops.
I would think it would be really hilarious if my dolphin, because I was thinking studious because knowledgeable but awkward, because dolphins are super super smart but also very awkward and kind of goofy,
Especially if they're on land.
Yeah. Well, he hovers. So I thought it'd be really funny if like this rainbow dolphin dragon thing has like a really super stoic, intelligent deep voice.
I can play that role if you want me to.
Can the dolphin be a conspiracy theorist as well?
Totally.
Done.
No.
Very, very. Yeah, because I thought studious would kind of work well with a dolphin, because that's kind of dolphins.
I'm happy to be a dolphin conspiracy theorist anytime for you.
That worked.
All right.
Also, my dolphin's name is Orion, because that was the name of the big giant teddy bear that I had when I was a kid.
Excellent.
Good name.
So it worked.
Good constellation.
Where's my belt?
Yeah. Yeah, dolphins don't wear belts.
I know. That's the problem.
That's a
You see,
conspiracy. You're
there's
trying
a
to solve.
conspiracy against dolphins. They don't allow them to have belts because they never gave them hips.
Oh my gosh. And I'm just gonna be so understanding too, because like
Yeah, because you're the
it's
kind
so
heart.
sweet. Just like, I just listen to my dolphin talk about conspiracies all day.
I love it.
Oh man.
I think I was made for this role.
So
Oh, Jesus.
so then between Anino and Eddie, now that we know that Anino you're gonna voice the mushroom, what nature were you thinking of going for?
I kind of like the idea of, and please, and let me know if this fits what you're thinking too. This Portobello could be headstrong, or eager, or cautious.
Eager to go with the loner? That would be hilarious. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's kind of what I'm thinking.
What about joyful with the loner?
I do like that too. I was looking at that.
That would be
Happy shroom.
Because I was thinking, what if I played this mushroom like like the Ludicolo from Pokemon? That's the
I'm not as into it. You sent me a picture. I might know it. Oh, is it? You mean like the one with the ears? No.
Oh no.
Yeah, send it to me. But I do like joyful, eager and joyful.
Oh
I think
my
would be
God.
really fun.
It's the sombrero Pokemon.
The sombrero grass Pokemon. Thinking that he would break out some maracas. It would just be one party,
Oh
like
my
Spuns
God.
McKenzie party with this guy all the time.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm into it.
All right, so we have a studious dolphin. We have a studious Orion, and we have a joyful Portobello, which I feel like Portobello is a joyful name anyway.
Yeah.
It is.
Portobello.
Which means that Eddie, you are voicing Aninos, right? Or do we swap and we have the Sabertooth? Which ones do you want?
Oh yeah, I thought I was going to do the Sabertooth. Oh, although
I can do Happy Portobello. I would love to do Happy Portobello.
Yeah, but then
to be a Happy Portobello.
I thought we were trying to keep that connection from not happening.
Right,
so that way,
right,
when you guys have your conversations, it's not
yes.
all. Yeah.
So
that's gonna be real awkward for Kale when I know you want to play Happy Portobello.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kale and Nicole will have. It's like, wait, is that Portobello or is that Nicole?
Right. Yeah. No. That's fair. Yes.
So we have Cleote, and we have what's the name of your saber-toothed tiger again?
Tigress.
It's WandaVision. No, it's Phantasma.
Phantasma. Okay.
Phantasma.
So which one do you want?
What was Phantasma's
Mirage.
No. Their nature.
Oh, they haven't been chosen yet.
Oh, okay.
Well,
sorry.
Kind of.
Like this up for
She's
some reason.
definitely what you said, vain.
Oh,
so like it's got to go along with that.
So I feel like if it's vain, it's either headstrong or eager.
I kind of feel eager.
Same. I kind of feel eager more than headstrong.
I like it
because of the ambition.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, overambitious, confident.
I was thinking the opposite because of the stubborn. Because Anino had said that she just wouldn't listen if she doesn't get what she wants.
True. Yeah.
So I don't know which one fits better, but they both sound good.
Yes, but who's going to voice them?
You guys get to Rochambeau for that.
So it's
I
between
mean, I could do Phantasma as well. Like that sounds like
Okay.
a fun one.
Go for it. I'll do Coyote. Coyote.
Cleote.
Coyote. Yeah, so for Coyote, what are you thinking?
My first instinct was cautious. Partly because to contrast with the delinquent, but also because coyotes in general are seen as more cautious types of creatures naturally. But I'm open to others if you have other ideas.
I mean, I think cautious works. Lonely could be interesting. Eager would be interesting.
Which one did Phantasma? Did you guys settle on for Phantasma?
I think those.
Headstrong, was it?
And did you and Steph?
That's fine, really, because I feel like the Mirage, like power moves or
Mhm.
moves, are all very trickery based, and
Mm.
I feel like a vain person would probably go to the well one too many times, or just be just overdo it more or less. So I could see either one being the case.
Cool. Yeah, I guess I think cautious would be interesting. Cautious, eager, and what do you think about obedient?
I mean, canid, so like it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
I'm not against it. That was actually the second one that I thought about between cautious and obedient. Especially because with the delinquent, he does whatever the hell he wants.
Right.
So there's again more contrast there as well. Which one do you feel more comfortable playing both elements of? The careful but fearful, or the attentive but dependent?
Probably the cautious.
Then let's go with that one.
Okay.
Awesome. Cool. So we got our nature, we got our class, and we have our element. The next one are the stats. So in this instance, we don't have set numbers. We have 8 points, and we got 4 stats. We have power, which is strength and raw energy. It's your damage ability. Heart is your strength of spirit. It's your endurance. It's your HP. Brains is your initiative and how often you can use your signature move. And agility is your dex, and it's your dodge score. So every stat begins at 1. So you have 1 in power, 1 in heart, 1 in brains, 1 in agility. And then you have 8 points to put wherever you want. However, no stat can go beyond a 4.
Okay.
So like if you split everything evenly, you've got 3 everywhere. That's what it means.
Got it. Okay.
And then you can just adjust how you want. But 4 is the highest you can have in a stat at the moment.
All right, so how many points do we get?
8. Everything starts at 1, and then you have 8 points.
Got it. So you can add 2 points to each one, and that would get you a total of 3.
Yep.
Got it.
Like if you want it to be just a well-rounded, no weaknesses, no big strengths.
So for Portobello,
Mm-hmm.
I think it makes sense to go 3 heart, 4 power, 3 agility, and 2 brains. The reason why is because it contrasts a little bit with Kale.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the idea of like this unassuming little mushroom just being a powerhouse. I actually don't know what power. I didn't look at the stats exactly what they do, but power is damage.
Power is the damage, yeah. So basically, power for damage, heart for HP, brains for initiative, and how many times you can use your signature move, and agility for dodge.
Yeah, I mean, since Anino's playing, I mean, obviously I'm doing the battle and stuff like that with the. What do you think about that, Anino? Get your input.
Sorry, so what was your breakout again?
It was 3, 4, 3, 2. Signature attacks will be less.
Well, you'll use them less often, but they do a lot of damage because you have a high power. So like that's the trade-off.
Right.
I think that works.
All right. I'm good.
And remember, you can always use bond points to recharge your signature moves.
I did 2 heart, 2 power, 4 agility, and 4 brains. That's just what I thought of as like being a dolphin type.
So it's basically a super speedy dolphin, but if you hit it, it's okay.
It's squishy. It's a squishy dolphin, but it's speedy and smart.
All right.
Literally based it off of the creature. I don't know how it'll play out until he's played, but we'll see. I figured it works.
Let's see. So I'm doing math. Figuring out my HP.
Oh yeah, I'll explain it for the rest of it, but you can go ahead. I'll just say it out loud for the audience after. What about your stat spread for Cleote and for Phantasma?
Take it away, Superstar.
I went with 3 heart, 2 power, 3 agility, 4 brains.
You said 2 power? Okay. Oh yeah, because she's more of a mirage type of creature, so she's not that big into damage, but yeah. And her signature attack will probably be something different than a damage dealing attack. Or...
Sure.
And Chris?
I went with well, I leaned into the cautious a bit, went with 2 heart. And then I went 3 power, 3 agility, and 4 brains. Kind of, Cleote is the brains of this operation. If this operation is ever a brains kind of operation. And my spirit is the heart of the operation. We kind of balance each other that way.
The brain and the heart. Then we're just going to skip to the second page very quickly for the fledgling. If your Animon ever de-evolves, you have the same 4 stats, right? Heart, something in my eye. Heart, power, agility, and brains. But this time, everything starts at 1, and you can only distribute 4 points. You don't have to respect the same order. Like, if power was your main one for the basic, it doesn't need to be power again. And no stat can be higher than a 3. So again...
We start at 1 and we get... How many points again? 4?
Yeah. So basically, whereas your basic form was like an average of 3 everywhere, the fledgling is an average of 2 everywhere.
So the fledgling form is Clay Pup, not Clayote. And I'm going to go with 2 heart, stay with that, 1 power, 2 agility, 3 brains.
So kind of the same spread, but...
I just swapped heart and power.
Mm-hmm.
So as a pup, lowest power, and then as basic, the lowest is heart. So heart kind of stays the same between the 2 levels.
Cool.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I went 3 heart, 2 power, 1 agility, and 2 brains. So, kind of upping. Well, no, I guess the heart stays the same, and kind of gets dropped. But swapping out the dominant with brains, so like the brains kind of stay the same. Yeah, they're slower but hardy.
I kind of went along the same lines where they go into survival mode. So I did heart is at 3, powers 1, agility's 3, and brains is 1. So they just like drop into like feral survival mode.
Okay. And for Phantasma? Or baby
3,
Phantasma?
3-1-1-3.
Cool. So now we get to do the Derive the Stats, which is basically your damage, your dodge, your HP, and all that. HP for a basic Animon is 3 times their heart plus 5. That's for the basic. And the fledgling is just 3 times their heart. Then for the damage, for a basic Animon, the damage is twice their power. And for a fledgling, it's just their power. And then dodge is equal to their agility, and initiative is equal to their brains.
Does that go for the fledgling too?
Yeah. It's basically the same rule for both, yeah.
Adjusting my fledgling, so it's 3-2-2-1 instead of 3-1-3-1.
Okay.
Just because I want to give him a little extra boost when he's sad.
So our second to last, well, that's probably going to be our last stage that we need to do. Second to last, I'm sorry. The signature attack. So that's on page 47. And the way signature attacks work is that it's not just an attack. It's something that has an element. So it's got a name. Rank is rank 1 for everyone because, starting level creatures. The attack has an element which doesn't necessarily need to be the same as your as the element you chose for your creature. But I'd say, since it's a one-shot, we'll try not to do things that are like out of this world. And
But
then
my fire-breathing dolphin.
Simon, I wanted to have a lightning projecting portobello mushroom.
Just change its type for electric. That's all I'm asking. So it's got an element. We know it can be used a number of times equal to their brains. And we're going to choose one effect from the list on page 47 and 48.
Mm.
So this is the one thing that'll make your signature attack different than just, tackling or biting or tail slapping. And we're talking about like heavy strikes where you do more damage. You can do poison, you can do misdirects, you can do block breaks where, if someone tries to block your attack, well, it just breaks their defense. You can have it explosive so that it does like an area of effect. It could be a multi-hit where you hit other people, energy drain, like bunch of stuff.
Whoa, there's a multi-element.
Yep.
So, I mean, similar to how like Pokemon works and you're like fight against something that
You're cutting in and out for some reason.
Oh no. Is it okay?
Yeah, now you're back.
Okay. But yeah, I guess with the multi-element, it's like you have a competing elements, so or like one element's stronger against another element.
Yeah. So
would
with
be
multi-element, you could be like, oh, I'm a nature, but also this attack can be switched to
whatever
lightning.
element they're weak to. Right. I think I'm going to do that.
Okay.
The effect is multi-element. Yeah, and I kind of like the idea that it's like it is kind of like a spore attack, but it like the spores themselves transform based upon.
You have to choose an element right away, though, which means they'll always transform into that exact thing.
Wait, what do you mean?
So it's multi-element, meaning that it's the base element is nature.
Oh,
or it
but you
can
get
be one other element. Yeah.
Oh, I see. You choose it immediately. Got it.
Yeah, but as your Animon levels up, then you could add other elements to that. But like starting Animon is gonna have only two, so nature and another one.
That does make it a little bit simpler to what it actually. But let me think about that real quick.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of options. What is weaken?
So those are. I need to go check on the GM part. Conditions. So weaken. Weaken is any damage that they deal is reduced by half. So a weakened creature does half damage. A vulnerable creature succeeds on a 5+ on their dodge. It's harder for them to dodge. Poison is damage over time. Stun is that you miss your next turn. Disoriented is that they have a setback, so they succeed on a 5+ on any attack roll. So whereas vulnerable is for dodge, disoriented is for attacks. Immobilized mean that they cannot move, but they can still make an attack. Incapacitated is just that they're knocked out. And boosted means that they get a boost on either one attack or one dodge.
I'm going with misdirect.
Okay.
Because dolphins make very loud whistling and clicking sounds. Like, sometimes annoyingly so. And I feel like that would completely disorient an enemy if it just started screeching and clicking.
So it's
of
like
the
an
enemy.
echo. It's an echo thing.
It's echolocation. Yeah, it's like an echolocation style thing, but it's just the dolphin just opens its mouth and just starts screeching and clicking like dolphins do, but very very loudly. It's like, and you see like you get the effects of like the sound waves coming out of it. Yeah. I didn't want to do a stereotypical water blast like Bulbasaur. I wanted to do something interesting.
Bulbasaur is not water blast that Squirtle, you heathen.
You know what I mean.
Wow.
Jeez.
Wow. Pulling out the big guns over here, Simon.
Man, jeez.
I mean, I got the water guns.
You're
You're off Team Pokemon.
Oh yeah, I'm off Team Pokemon. I've lost my Pokemon nerd card.
Digimon is more forgiving anyway. You're welcome anytime.
I'll convert to Digimon then. They're nicer over there.
I mean, we have cute cats that transform into hot angel women.
That's true.
What?
I don't like the way where this direction is going. So
I think we're slowly leaving the PG level. So let's dial it back a bit.
Yeah, Digimon was very interesting for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, because they're not like limited to just cute imagery. They like went all over the place. But yeah, I'm leaning towards something like a sap or a black break. Kind of controller of the field a little bit, or like a debuffer.
Okay.
We only pick one, right?
Yeah, you pick only one. Only one quality.
I think I'm gonna go with sap because I like that. I like the idea.
Okay.
And if I'm doing misdirect with a sound base, that's not so much a water ability as it would be like. Is that what is? What is
we
that?
keep it as water for the time being.
Okay, just a water type. Okay. I was thinking, I was like, it wouldn't really be a water type, but that's fine.
My signature attack is finished. I'm calling it Howling Tremors. It's rank 1. It's Earth. It's Stunning Strike. Cleote will howl, and it causes the ground around their opponent to shake until they basically lose their footing or lose their ability to act.
And what do we have for Phantasma?
We're going to call it the 12 Tails Barrage. It's a Mirage element with the block break effect.
Oh.
So, her tail lengthens and then splits into multiple whip-like appendages that attack multiple pressure points on its target.
So block break, energy drain,
Stunning Strike. Sap, yeah, Stunning Strike.
And misdirect. Nice. Okay, so you're very much a crowd controlling team of Animon trainers.
I'm calling it Sonar Blast.
Sonar Blast. What was your
I don't know
Chris?
what mine is.
Howling Tremors.
Howling Tremors. The 12 Tails Barrage. And then we're missing. You have like a day to think about the name. If
that's true, but I mean, like to toss it out there, what I'm imagining right now. I mean, the obvious route to go is something with spores. I was thinking of something along the lines of like mycelial roots that come up and like drain you from below. So like it like clamps into your feet or something like that. So like whenever. Because actually, that's kind of what I'm imagining is like the the feet on Portobello are more of like they're the tendrils of the mycelial.
Mm.
And so it's just like that's how they walk around. It's just more like a tendril kind of walk.
So they just like plant them
journey.
into the ground, and then it's
Yeah, and it's like a rapid growth of like, and actually maybe it's more of like something that grows, splitting the ground towards them, so you can see it going directly.
Mm.
Yeah, like that.
Poisonous roots.
Rotten roots.
Rotten roots, nice.
Nice.
And it's an alteration. Then the last thing that we need to check is equality. So much like how your kid has like a favored object that gives them bond points, your Animon has one special quality, and that will give them, it's at rank 1, and it gives them an extra die. Because it's rank 1, it's just 1 die, but it could be more. So the thing is these qualities are often something that they have, like physically, that you can see like at a glance. Maybe not. We can choose from the list, but they're giving an example of like if you would choose like hard shell, well, maybe you get like an extra die when you try to dodge an attack, because you could say like my Animon retreats into their shell, and so
mine's pack tactics. It just makes too much sense.
Yeah.
Looking at the list. So I'm envisioning things like when they're not fighting one-on-one, when it's more like a group thing, they get a +1. But when they're on their own,
they're weaker when they're separated.
They
from
don't
the
get
pack.
any bonuses. Yeah. So they get their bonuses if it's 2-on-2 or even, 2-on-1 or whatever the case may be, or more. But when it's 1-on-1, they won't be able to have any of their quality.
And one of the things that the book does mention, for example, if we had a flying, maybe like the dolphin, you don't have to take flight as the quality. It just means that while, like, let's say you had a bird Animon, like the tiny cute little owl we have on the overlay, maybe they can't fly. It's just they're not good enough at flying to give them that extra die.
It's not a full advantage. It just is. It's a trait they have, but not a full advantage.
Exactly.
Okay.
I chose Radiant Glow.
That makes sense.
The colors.
It's literally a rainbow dolphin. So I feel like it's
dolphin.
just very, very visually pleasing to anybody that looks at it.
You sure you don't want to take camouflage?
That was one.
Totally.
What about you, Anino?
I'm going with incorporeal form.
Ooh.
I wanted to sort of take the visual effect of a displacer beast from the Dungeons and Dragons game, where you saw 2 of them splitting every so often.
I like it.
That fits the whole Mirage thing. So she's never exactly when she's supposed to be, where she's supposed to be, or where you think she might be.
Yeah.
And Portobello.
Yeah, Portobello. I mean, I'm torn because there's so many good ones that I could go with. Burrowing
launcher.
would be really.
Okay.
What's that?
Rocket
launcher. Yeah, of course. I mean,
Tiny little mushroom comes out of the ground and just.
and like they're like super joyful, so they're like. That's my cackle. All right. Anyway.
We now have a mushroom witch. It's a witch's hat, not a sombrero.
I love it.
Man.
Burrowing is pretty cool.
Yeah, burrowing's pretty cool. I was looking at danger sense because like the mycelial, like they just they sense things in the ground and
Like tremors.
yeah. That would be really fun. Camouflage would be interesting. Please.
You also mentioned earlier that they, and I don't know if you wanted to stick with it, but that like sometimes they could climb up a tree and look like the step stools.
Right.
So yeah, with camouflage, they could probably just change their appearance to look like any other type of mushroom.
Right. That was one idea.
I'm thinking of how terrifying it would be with sharpened claws.
Yeah. The tendrils just become like ding! Oh my god. Yeah, and then telekinesis. I mean, plant speech would be great. I guess what quality in terms of plant speech? What would that come out narratively?
Narratively, the way I would see it is you could speak to inanimate plants. Like, we're not talking like plant type animons. We're talking really like you could ask the tree, like in D&D, like you could ask the tree, like, hey, have you seen this, or has this happened? Or you could even ask them favors.
Yeah.
Like, you know, oh, could you, I don't know if you're talking to a tree, like, hey, could you move out of the way for me? And then the tree just like...
all these other ones are great, but I feel like plant speech just fits Portobello so well. Like, camouflage would be great to, like, hide and stuff, but... what was... Joyful was the counter. Foolish. So I don't think they'd be hiding. Yeah, I feel like they're gonna be talking to everyone. Joyful, they're gonna be talking to everyone. So I'm gonna do.
Great. Now I'm gonna have to voice every fucking blade of grass.
Henry Crabgrass, we gotta have our moments.
Every third blade of grass.
Hello, Portobello. All of my grasses are gonna speak like this.
Oh, I love it.
Just make them a collective. We are the grass.
Oh god, that went from cute to really scary.
I mean, no, it's definitely communist grass.
Or grass.
And it's just we the grass.
So then also Portobello can just chat with the tree. Like,
that's true.
Hey, what's up? What do your trees sound like? Gotta get that ready.
I don't want everyone to be Suntree, but that's my go-to. Like,
yeah,
hey,
I love.
Sup, Portobello. Like, it's either that or it's like the tree ants from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, right.
I don't have a middle ground.
I thought you were going with Groot, but
I am Groot.
I'm Groot. Or I go with that one tree I saw in an adventure, which is an inanimate tree that desperately wishes to kill the party, but it cannot move and cannot do anything.
Oh, God.
It stands there.
I love that.
It's a regular tree, but that it somehow hates the party and wants to kill them, but it's just a tree. And it can't do anything.
Oh, as soon as someone walks by that can talk to plants, they'll just hear, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. I'm just get a little closer, and I'm gonna break off one of my own branches. I'll get you.
Which I feel is half the trees in Valheim.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
true.
even want to talk about how many times I've died to a tree.
So
in Valheim.
we're not gonna stat out the evolutions tonight. All right, if they happen, which it's a one-shot tomorrow, so we can assume y'all are gonna be in trouble enough that something might happen, but we're gonna do it like on the spot, like just describe what they look like, and we'll go with like an impromptu special attack. Like, think like the first couple of episodes of Digimon or even of Pokemon,
Right.
where it's like, Ash wins against Brock because he's totally cheating. Because wet rock is conductive, whatever.
I mean, electricity technically is conductive in water. I guess
Rocks. It's not.
rock
It's
type,
still a
granite,
rock.
granite types are weak to water. And
I've tried it in Pokemon. I sent Squirtle. Squirtle spit on Onyx. Then I switched to Pikachu, and Pikachu got whacked out of existence. So no, Ash is cheating.
All right, sure.
But that is it for our little Animon creation for tonight. We are going to end our stream there in a few seconds. However, don't worry, everyone. We're going to be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. We're going to embark on this adventure with our freshly made Animons and little kids. It is going to be a time.
With the reverse harem. I mean, we can't forget the reverse harem. Everyone loves Nicole.
Wow. Is it like the new Everyone Loves Raymond? And yeah, so we'll just do one little round table again. If you all want to just introduce yourselves, shout out where we can find you this week, and just recap your kid, just who they are and what their Animon is. Like, without going into the stats, just like a quick sentence or two. And then we'll bid our viewers good night. So we'll do reverse orders than we did the intros. So we will start with Mr. Chris.
Hey everyone, Chris Geary. You can find me here on Twitch at Chris Geary. You can find me on Twitter at Chris Geary the same way. And you'll find me here again tomorrow playing Leo Vala, the Norwegian exchange student, delinquent, who has bits of wisdom to toss around as he adventures with his Animon Cleote, the Earth-based coyote.
Next up, we have Anino.
Hey everyone, my name's Nino. You can find me on Twitter at Anino Gaming. Tomorrow I'm excited to be playing Larry Pine, the Rising Star, accompanied by Phantasma, his indigo and silver saber.
Next, we have Stephanie.
Hey, I am Stephanie. I will be playing Nicole Pickle, the gentle heart, along with her psychedelic dolphin, dragon dolphin, Orion. You can find me at Tea and Tails everywhere. I make dice bags for people, and I every other Sunday you can find me over at So Maddie Games playing Dragonlance. I actually play a small gnome that looks like a mushroom, which is kind of hilarious and ironic.
No wonder you wanted to play Portobello so much.
Yeah, their name is Dewdrop Dapperling.
Oh.
Yeah, they're a little gnome cleric and very adorable. So other than that, I will be here tomorrow night. That's pretty much it.
And last but not least, Eddie.
Yeah, you can find me Pixel Litter just about anywhere on the internet, and so I'm part of the knitting club, I suppose. And I'm really excited to be playing Kale Stardude, the reliable loner who loves to listen to mixtapes of meaningful music, and has a secret crush with Nicole. Apparently, everyone is very interested in.
Apparently.
Oh my god! And, okay, so I'm gonna tell you all this as like players, but my desire is I must keep my true feelings a secret. Yet everyone already knows my true feelings, which is the irony of it. Anyway, sorry. It's gonna be fun to play. And my little Animon is Portobello, a joyful plant mushroom who will fuck you up if if you break their joyfulness. And you can find me playing a Legacy BattleTech campaign over at AP Gaming Reels on Sunday. Real on Sunday. Well, that's when we play, but he drops new episodes.
Patreon. You cut off after new episodes.
Oh, he drops them on his Patreon.
Okay, cool. And well, I am Simon at Wondering DM. Thank you everyone for coming. We will see you tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern for our first. Well, it's gonna be a one shot, but I'm fairly certain I'm gonna run an Animon game in the future because it's awesome. So,
oh my god!
I was gonna say I have to find a group for this as soon as I can.
Man,
so.
I'm so excited.
Just character creation was so much fun.
Oh my god! I have so many ideas for Animon now. I'm just like, oh.
I was listening to all of your like Animons, and I'm like in my corner, and I'm like, I don't know which one I would make. I want them all. Now I really need to start and think about like what I would really like.
Gosh.
But thank you so much, Zach Be Free, for this amazing game we haven't even played yet. But just the character creation, as you saw tonight, was amazing. So keep an eye out. Friday, April 23rd. We'll see you anyway tomorrow. And then on Friday, we also have Cyberpunk, and then on Saturday afternoon we play Scion. On Monday we're gonna play D&D, and then in a scant few weeks, as you saw the announcement, we are starting a Sentinel of the Multiverse RPG show. So we're talking like the Simon Cinematic Universe. So this is my take on Marvel, and it's gonna be epic. But on that note, thank you everyone for coming. We will see you tomorrow night. Ciao.